Cole and Dana in studio to talk about sales, I believe. I'll tell you what, I'll let you guys introduce yourself formally, and we'll go from there.
Hey, everybody, I'm Cole Rydell. Been at Rydell Toyota here for a few years now. I'm excited to be here today and talk with everyone. So feel free to call in, reach out with any questions you have. We'd love to talk.
Yeah, thanks, Cole. And I'm Dana Gunderson. I've been with Rydell since December. Yeah, not a whole lot to add there, but yeah.
Did I say Dale? Dana. Good Lord. That's what happens when you get old.
It's all right. I won't correct you.
Four letters.
Okay. Well, you should.
Yeah.
You should. My wife does it all the time.
I usually get David.
Yeah. Well, because I've been called Mike much of my life. Sure. So I know what it's like. Yeah, okay. It's Mark. Yeah. So, okay, Mike. Apologies. All right. Well, we're off to take me out of the booth for one day, and I lose my mind. Well, you know the drill. You know the routine. 775-5559 is the way you reach and ask questions of Dana and Cole to go ahead and get the information that you need on sales. Let's see here. At the moment, there are none, but I know there's probably some things y'all can kind of lead us off with.
Yeah, so we're over at the Toyota store. So just like to go over just some of the Toyota specials that we have right now. 1.99 financing up to 72 months on all Tundras. And then for the 2024s that we have left over, we've got a couple of them. There's 1.99 up to 72 months on those as well. So, yeah.
Good deals. So it's, and I think it's a sign of the economy, too, that things are doing pretty good right now.
Yeah. Take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's it. We were talking off air getting started. You're saying you've been pretty busy, which is a good thing, but you can always be busier, right?
Oh, yeah. I won't complain about that.
Yeah. So 775-5559 is the way you reach out to the program to ask questions. Rydell Car Talk, a Tuesday edition. Mark Ewan's glad to be with you on this looks like it might be kind of a stormy day, but don't let that keep you from going out to the shop and perusing what they've got in store. So what kind of deals or what's going on right now?
Got a good chunk of new inventory in right now, which is super awesome. Getting a lot of stuff in, keeping the new cars rolling in and out. So a lot of Tundras, got a chunk of Tacomas as well. So we got some great things there. Multiple models for new and just, certified pre-owned inventory as well. One other thing I know Dana was kind of talking to me about earlier that a lot of people don't know about Rydells is we're kind of like when you come here and work with a salesperson, right, we go through the whole step and process with you. So one super awesome thing there is through the sales, the finance, right, we're your guy. So a lot of dealerships will have these different positions that come out, and you got to keep meeting new people. But with us, you get to stick with the same guy throughout the whole process till you take the car home. Just super awesome that we get to be with you and help you experience the whole process. Well,
and even after, to extend that, right? So even after you leave and now you don't know who to call or anything like that, you have our number. Just give us a call. I'll happily help set up an appointment for you and everything. So, yeah, we're kind of your person. You're stuck with us.
Service after the sales kind of a thing, yeah. Well, now that they've heard your voices and they know that y'all are here, some text to 775-5559. How long does it take one of the EV or hybrids to charge? Kind of a popular question.
So it's a pretty loaded question. And so there's a pretty big difference, right? So with EV, that's battery only, but then with hybrid, you're gonna have a gas engine and you're gonna have your hybrid battery, right? So typically with hybrids, you have three different types of hybrids. You've got your plug-in hybrid that you can plug in, you don't need to, and then you have your standard hybrid, which is going to prioritize gas mileage, gives you about 10 miles more per gallon, and then you're going to have a hybrid max, and that's going to be more torque in your engine. So with the EVs, I'm not 100% familiar. Toyota we don't right now have too many EVs on the lot. Actually, we don't have any right now on the lot. So
okay. Is Toyota going to come out with a diesel truck anytime soon?
Nothing that we know of, at least in the United States, right? So hard to say at the end of the day. Manufacturers can always just decide to do something, but nothing we've heard of.
Yeah, they're extraordinarily popular across the pond.
Yes.
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice to have a diesel truck? I did contracting for a long time. I mean, it would have been nice having a Tundra, as a work truck, but for now it's just the half tons and the quarter tons. So
yeah,
maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Another text to 775-5559. Does Rydell still have the 7-day guarantee?
Yep. So on all our nice care vehicles, we have a 7-day money-back guarantee or 500 miles from when you take delivery, as well as a 30-day exchange policy. And as is, too, we also have a 7-day exchange policy there. So we got plenty of ways to protect you, right? Last thing we want is someone to buy a car, regret it. Maybe it's not the right vehicle. So we try to do our best to always take care of the guest.
Yep. That's a big part of the sales process. Cole and Dana in studio on this Tuesday, Car Talk edition. Mark Ewan's glad to be a part of your day. We're talking sales. Yeah, I'll never get over calling you Dale. Good gravy. Because I know a Dale that works over there. So it's just, I guess, I'll use that in my old expressions that make stuff up. What's a better brand, Honda or Toyota? My grandpa told me Honda is the best. Oh,
that is a tough question. I know I've driven Toyotas in the past. So actually, what's funny is me and my wife have this argument almost on a daily basis because she drives a Honda Civic and I drive a Tacoma. So jury's still out there. I like to say that I can win that argument, but sometimes the best thing not to do is not to argue at all. So
no, don't win an argument with your wife.
Right.
Trust me.
They're both phenomenal brands, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You really can't go wrong with either one.
Right.
I think that's kind of the screaming message there is they're both outstanding. It's just kind of personal preference.
Yep.
Take them both for a spin, get to feel how it feels. I mean, it's those little subtle things that make you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Another text is 775-5559. I'm between a couple options, a fully loaded Camry XSE worth the money, or is it better just making the small cross to jump to the Crown? Okay.
It's a good one. So Camrys are super awesome, right? They've been one of the best-selling cars in the United States for a very long time. Me personally, right, I have a Crown at home. I love it. I think it's an awesome vehicle. So it's really, once again, just one of those personal preference things. You can't go wrong with either choice. But if I had to lean one way, I would probably go with a Crown myself.
Okay. Well, but you can't go wrong. Either way. Okay, we have a book here at 775-5559. Now, it's actually a novella. I have several vehicles from the 1960s to brand new 2025 with the new speed limits on North Dakota Interstate. I do not feel my old cars and truck are safe at those high speeds. Also, the engine is reconfirmed much to high. Maybe, okay, I would sound like a talk-to-text thing. Much too high on the old vehicles. My newer vehicles appear to handle the higher speeds and feel much safer. I don't feel it's safe to travel 80 in an old vehicle. I don't know. Depends on how well you've maintained the vehicle would be my first guess.
For sure, yeah. I know on a lot of the new vehicles, too. I know, what is Chevy? They've got the Cruise, the adaptive cruise control, yeah. Well, and Toyota does too. They've got the adaptive cruise control too, and lane keep assist. There's all kinds of safety features these days that I think Toyota's is called. It's a Toyota Safety Sense. What are we on? 2.0, 3.0?
3.0.
3.0. Yeah. So blind spot monitoring. You got all the kind of like rear cross traffic alert. So yeah.
Cool little safety feature to add to that a lot of people haven't heard or seen is what's called with Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. It's proactive driving assist. So when you're doing just your in-town driving, let's say you're coming up on stop traffic and have that turned on, as soon as you start to get close there, as long as you're not pushing the gas, it will start to slow you down, and you just have to fully stop at the end, but it stops you most of the way.
It kind of senses the vehicles based on a little radar or whatever they've got on the systems now. And
Correct.
Those are pretty accurate. I've ridden in a couple of cars with them, and they're sensitive without being overly so.
For sure, yeah.
775-5559, Rydell Car Talk on this. The Toyota talking to Cole and Dana here in studio. If you've got questions, sales is the topic of the conversation today. So if you've got a question about sales, give us a call, give us a text at 775-5559. Seeing nothing at the moment, what else has gone on over there in the shop you want to highlight?
Another thing that a lot of brand new Toyotas, well, all of them come with is what's called Toyota Care. So it's a really cool maintenance plan that comes on each brand new Toyota you buy for 2 years or 25,000 miles. So every 6 months or 5,000 miles, they'll do a tire rotation, inspect the vehicle, and inspect and adjust fluid levels. And then once a year, every 10,000 miles, they add an oil change onto that, right? So it's really awesome when you buy a new car to not have to deal with maintenance for the first 2 years and have that covered.
Mm-hmm. And the beauty of those, it's a little extra peace of mind just because it's something that's good. A text to 775-5559. My wife's CRV has that safety stuff too, just as good as Toyota. So there you go. So
there you go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with that.
No, I mean, they're great. They're great vehicles, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yep. My wife has a CRV. I've got a Pilot. It's just, and I've driven everything from full-size Suburbans, diesels, to everything in between. And I'll tell you what, I love them. Absolutely. Absolutely love them. So good stuff. So if you've got a question for these guys, 775-5559. If you buy an electric, is the price including the installation of a charging station at home? Ooh.
So I think that, and don't quote me on this, but I think that with a lot of the electric vehicles, they do come with some kind of charging installation. I know with like the plug-in hybrids that you can get, so with a car, they'll actually send you a charging package with that and everything. So cool. Even on the plug-in hybrids, you can use the 110 or you can use the 220 if you have that installed in your garage.
Cool. And that's an easy thing to get put in.
Yeah.
775-5559. You're on Rydell Car Talk. Go ahead, caller.
So my wife drives a 16 Taco Limited. Recently, we had a tire repaired, not by you guys, and all of the wheel sensors supposedly went out at the same time on it. Does that sound a little fishy?
Hard to say. So I have heard before, right, sometimes with the TPMS sensors, I've heard this from service probably a couple months back. Sometimes when one goes, a couple of them will go. I guess as far as all of them going at once, it's hard to say. Kind of just one of those luck of the draw things, but I have heard multiple can go out at the same time.
And they, I think she brought it in you guys, and you quoted like $1,000 to replace all four.
That, as far as that goes, right, don't deal too much with the service side, so I don't know. But if service gave you a quote, that would be accurate. It's just hard to say with being in sales on how much that would actually cost and run you.
I think I could buy a lot of air gauges for $1,000.
That's a very fair point.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, take care.
Thanks for the question.
Call. Yeah, well, that's an interesting point. A text is 775-5559. Any specials on new vehicles like zero interest?
So not over at the Toyota store, not yet. So it's very early in the month. Yeah. So like I said before, we have the 1.99 on the Tundras and then the 24 Tacomas. It does look like Nissan's got 0% going on right now. I don't know exactly what that's on, but yeah, I'm sure I'll have the answer here very soon. Oh, the Murano, Pathfinder, and Rogue. Yeah, all got 0%. So.
Oh, you pulled that right out of your memory bank.
I know, right? That's crazy.
It's pretty amazing
Yeah.
how that works. I'll tell you what. Yeah, your memory's really good. A text is 775-5559. I've seen newer Tacomas with retro stripes, yellow, orange, red. Is that a factory option or aftermarket?
Think more so aftermarket from what I've seen. Manufacturer, they don't do too much as far as decals go themselves. There is one that some of the new Tacomas offer, but it doesn't have like the orange or yellow. It's typically a blacked out decal that goes on the sides, kind of like a terrain looking area.
Yeah, the Tundra does, though. There's a rally package for the Tundras, and that'll be red, yellow, and orange. And that's a pretty neat package, too. So if you're near a computer or have your phone, take a look at that because that's pretty cool. You'll see them driving around town. Even I think one of the service techs over at Honda ended up getting one. So,
or better yet, come on down to the store.
There you go.
Yeah. These guys would be more than happy
for sure
to walk you around, and no pressure, but they are there to answer questions. I mean, that's the beauty of doing the sales like that because they're there to assist, not to push, and that allows you to go ahead and make your decisions what you want to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. 775-5559 on this Rydell Car Talk Tuesday. If you've got a question of sales, we'd be happy to hear from you. What else is going on as we sit here at a moment of relative quiet? I know it's kind of tough to think because there's probably so much going on, and you're having kind of this is your a little bit of a break time here where you get to slow down and not have to think so much.
Yeah, Going over another nice thing that all Rydell stores offer. It's mostly on our vehicles that are under 100,000 miles, but it's called What's Nice Care. So for 1 year, 12,000 miles on these vehicles that come with it at no extra cost to you, it just comes with the vehicle. You get up to $1,000 in repairs on things such as tires, brake pads, serpentine belt, wiper blades. So your more wearable items, we don't want you to have to replace that within the first year, 12,000 miles. So we just put that on there to help cover you. At least gives you $1,000 allowance to go through us and get those things taken care of, so you don't have to pay for stuff within the first year necessarily.
Okay. 775-5559. Let's see, is there any charges for any tariffs in the pricing?
We haven't seen any changes in the pricing since any of that talk started. So, yeah, nothing changed so far.
Okay, yeah. That's a whole other story for another day. If I want a right-hand drive Supra, could you cook me up? Hook me up. Cook me up. Don't cook anybody.
So that's a hard one because personally I would love that. I don't know how realistic it would be to be able to do that. I know that there are companies out there that you can get a right-handed driver installed. But I don't think from the factory, I don't think that we can, well, I don't want to just say no, right? Because anything's possible. So
easily transferable if you're planning on going to Europe.
Right. There you go.
Exactly. That's an interesting question. And I guess a right-handed driver in the States, you'd throw a lot of people off.
You're delivering mail.
Well, there is that too.
Yeah,
if you're a rural driver. Yeah, that works. Jeez, look at you thinking.
Good car to deliver it in.
Yeah, and I'm not paid to think. What's your opinion on hybrid vehicles in such cold weather climate?
Hybrids in general, very awesome vehicles, right? So like I mentioned earlier, I own a Toyota Crown, fully hybrid vehicle. Some huge benefits there, right? Just like a gas vehicle, of course, the gas mileage is going to go down in the wintertime. Just something you can't really prevent there.
Right.
But hybrid's been doing Toyotas since the late 90s, so they're very confident in their systems. And from having one in the winter, I've seen them, it handles just fine. Never had any issues with mine. And just they have very extensive warranties from manufacturer on your hybrids component as well as the battery, just keeping you fully protected with peace of mind, as not all people are sure on that electric aspect to mix into gasoline.
Okay. Is the pulse braking light still a popular thing?
So it is. It's not so much around here. We did get a few months ago. We got some trucks from where was it? It was probably out on the West Coast somewhere. We got some trucks from there, and they so some states require that pulse to be in there. But yeah, we don't get any Toyotas that have pulse just installed.
Oh boy, here you go. Here's a loaded question. I don't know if I know. I'll ask it. What the heck? So, is there a worst or least reliable vehicle? So, it's all relative, obviously.
For sure. Yeah, I think that's a pretty tough question to answer. It's very relative. It depends on what you're looking for, right? Do you want something that can drive 1 million miles, or do you want something that can tow 1 million pounds, right?
Right.
There's different factory warranties for everything. Like Cole was kind of talking about with the hybrids, you get with the hybrids from Toyota. I mean, you get right away from the factory, you get a 10-year, 150,000 mile warranty on the hybrid battery alone. And I think that's just Toyota's way of just kind of assuring the customer, like, hey, like, we believe in this product.
Exactly.
No, I don't think any manufacturer, the millions of dollars that they spend on R&D, like they know, they've got an idea kind of where these things are going to kind of run out, or when issues are going to start cropping up, right? And to throw a 10-year, 150,000 mile warranty on that battery, they're pretty certain it's going to work. I know Honda, they've got an 8-year, 100,000 mile warranty on their hybrids too. So, yeah, very confident in those systems.
It's like with virtually anything, you're going to find every now and then, for whatever reason, something's going to happen. It's just it's unpredictable in life. But right, the vast 9.9% of all of them are just flawless coming out of the factory. So it's just, you never know.
Definitely. And, another thing to go on that, right, always just depends on how you're using it, maintaining it, and taking care of it. So that always plays a little bit of an effect into it.
Okay. Texter, I'm not going to read. It's an old joke about Ford Pintos. We're going to leave that alone.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Do that a different day.
That's a different day.
Yeah. Those ones, if you hit them just right, they blow up.
That was that was back in the 70s. That was the exploding car that the gas tank was just a little too proud in the back. That was one of those whoops, and they corrected that real quick. So as our time starts to draw a little short, anything that you gentlemen would like to really focus on? Boy, I'll tell you what. Rarely that I get a chance to go ahead and stump the experts here. So it's they're thinking about it though. It's like the Jeopardy question. You can see the lights are going off. They're having a confab here. But this is a regular Tuesday edition of Rydell Car Talk. Have Dana and Cole in studio, and we're going to be coming up to a close here pretty quick. But what are you guys thinking now?
Yeah, kind of one of the things, right, I want to bring up is why choose Rydells and do your business with us. So at the end of the day, like I mentioned, we're all the way with the guests when we work with you, from selling you the car, helping you out with service, getting that all set up. We have a detail department, body shop, so all your needs with the vehicle, we're really able to take care of all, if not pretty much of that stuff, right? So that's an awesome thing that we do. So we just pride ourselves at the end of the day of taking care of every guest as much as we can and just doing what we can to keep taking care of you throughout your future with us. So it's a big thing that we weigh very heavily on.
Mm-hmm. I was today years old, well, actually a little while ago, that I found out that if you get a vehicle where the tint, because we picked up a car from another state, Arizona, that the tinting was a little too dark, that there's a position where they can actually reduce the tint. There's a process by which they can tone that down, which is, I didn't know that. Yeah. So there's actually a way, if you get a vehicle that's legal in Arizona, for example, but not in North Dakota, they can take care of that. If I buy a new Toyota truck at Rydell and want to add aftermarket wheels, do you provide that, and does it affect the warranty?
Yeah, you can. So we actually have a couple of trucks on the lot right now, a couple of SR5s on the lot right now, and we threw on some running boards, some fender flares, bigger tires, different rims, kind of went all out with all the accessories, and the nice thing about doing that with the new one is you can actually build that into the financing too. So yeah, if that's something that you really want to do, I mean, yeah, we can absolutely, we'll do everything in house, and whatever we can't do in house, we'll send off and have a third party take care of you. So,
all right. So, gentlemen, our time is about done here. Anything else you'd like to hit us with as kick you out?
Yeah, just want to thank everyone for taking their time listening to us, right, reaching out with questions. It's always enjoyable doing this and kind of helping everyone out. So it's just nice to take the time. So thank you all.
All right. Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Yeah. Dana. What did I call you? Dale. No, he's somebody else, and I know a Dale over there.
Right.
But yeah, different guy. And Cole, thank you very much for being here, gentlemen, on this Rydell Car Talk Tuesday. Glad to have you in studio, and we'll talk to y'all or somebody next week.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Thanks for having us.
All right.
Thanks
for coming on out.